You know, every time Toyota announces a new Land Cruiser, it feels like a big moment. This isn't just another SUV we're talking about, it's a legend. The Land Cruiser has a reputation built over decades of being tough, reliable, and capable of going places most vehicles wouldn't even dare. And now, with the 2026 Land Cruiser just around the corner, Toyota's showing us how they're keeping that heritage alive while also bringing the Cruiser into the modern era. First thing that grabs your attention is the design. Toyota has clearly leaned into the retro-modern vibe with this one. When you look at it, you can see shades of the old-school 70s and 80s Land Cruisers, boxy lines, strong shoulders, and that upright stance that just screams durability. But it's not just nostalgia. The 2026 model looks sharper and cleaner, with LED headlights, a more defined grille, and proportions that strike a balance between ruggedness and refinement. It's like Toyota saying, yeah, this is still the Land Cruiser you know, but we've polished it for today. And under the hood, things get even more interesting. For the first time, the Land Cruiser will be offered primarily as a hybrid. That's right, the heart of this beast is a turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder paired with Toyota's hybrid system. Now, some folks might be thinking, wait, where's the big V8? And I get it. The old V8 was iconic. But here's the thing. The hybrid setup delivers serious torque, better fuel economy, and it still has plenty of power for towing and off-roading. Plus, it makes the Land Cruiser more efficient and ready for the future. It's a smart move by Toyota. And honestly, once people see how capable this hybrid is on the trail, I think the doubts will fade pretty quickly. Speaking of trails, off-road performance is still the bread and butter of the Land Cruiser, and Toyota hasn't cut any corners here. We're talking full-time four-wheel drive, locking differentials, crawl control, multi-terrain select, all the goodies you'd expect in a true off-road machine. The suspension has been fine-tuned to handle rocks, mud, snow, you name it. And because the hybrid powertrain gives you that instant torque, climbing over obstacles should feel even smoother. This is still a vehicle built to take you deep into the wilderness, and the updates only make it more capable. Inside, Toyota has done a really nice job modernizing the Land Cruiser without losing that rugged personality. The interior feels tougher than some of Toyota's luxury SUVs, but way more comfortable than the bare-bones utility rigs of the past. You get a big touchscreen with Toyota's latest infotainment system, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plenty of USB-C ports, and all the driver assist tech you'd expect in 2026. At the same time, the interior materials are durable and practical. You don't feel like you're sitting in a delicate luxury car, but you also don't feel like you're in a work truck. It's a sweet spot. And depending on the trim, you can spec it more toward comfort or more toward rugged simplicity. Now, let's talk about price, because that's something that caught a lot of people's attention. Toyota has hinted that the 2026 Land Cruiser will come in significantly lower than what we saw with past models. Instead of pushing into luxury SUV territory, they're positioning this one more competitively, making it accessible to a broader audience. That's huge, because it means the Land Cruiser isn't just some status symbol. It's once again a practical, attainable off-road vehicle for people who actually want to use it. When you stack it up against the older Land Cruisers, this feels like a smart return to form. The previous generation was incredible, but it had gotten a little too big, too expensive, and a bit out of reach for many fans. This new model trims down the size just a bit, focuses more on capability, adds modern hybrid tech, and keeps the price more reasonable. It feels like Toyota listened to the people who've loved the Land Cruiser for decades and actually delivered on what they wanted. And honestly, I think that's what makes the 2026 Land Cruiser so exciting. It's not just about having a new SUV, it's about Toyota bringing back the spirit of what made the Land Cruiser legendary in the first place while still moving it into the future. Whether you're someone who grew up seeing these things conquer the deserts, or you're just looking for a reliable off-road machine today, this Land Cruiser feels like the right blend of old and new. So yeah, I can't wait to see these hit the roads and the trails when they arrive. If you're into adventure, reliability, and a bit of that nostalgic charm, the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser is definitely worth keeping an eye on.